I wasn't, well, I didn't think about it beforehand. I need to make sure that it's tucked in just enough that I can raise my hands over my head.
True.
And then I can relax. Welcome back to my kitchen. It's a different kitchen now.
I love this guy.
It's slightly better lit. It's gonna be 90 degrees in New York City today.
I need to take notes for my cooking streams.
And even with air conditioning, it just means that I'm gonna be in a constant state of slightly sweaty. But now that it's summertime, and now that it might be vaccinated summer, you can finally hang out with your friends again, but you don't know how to do that. You don't know.
It's supposed to be like 6 months old then.
Over. Here's how you're gonna do it. You're gonna have an ice cream social. And
Ice cream social?
3 weird ass ice creams that your friends will want to come over and try.
Ooh.
See, this is why I needed to tuck in my shirt the right amount.
Okay.
Hefty boy. This here is a fancy ice cream.
It's a fun shirt.
Maker, and I purchased it specifically for this video. I used to be obsessed with making ice cream. My senior year of high school, a guy was selling an ice cream maker on Craigslist for 20 bucks, and I agreed to meet him 60 miles away from my house in the empty parking lot of a derelict Best Buy, which is to say that I was so passionate about ice cream that I was willing to give up my mortal life in order
Did that just say passion counter?
to do it. Anyway, I now have a much nicer ice cream maker, and I didn't have to purchase it from a scary man. It has rejuvenated my soul and my love of making ice creams that most people probably wouldn't want to try.
I'm excited for this because at first I thought he was just making some weird ice creams, but now that I know he loves ice creams, like this is an actual passion for him, I'm very curious. I'm very curious what such a creative person like him comes up with in the kitchen. For the ice cream cooking. Ice cream baking? Making? Cooking sounds wrong.
Selling this good enough for you to want to watch the rest of the video?
I'm in.
If you have an ice cream maker at home and all you're gonna do with it is make vanilla ice cream,
True.
when you have an ice cream maker, the world is your oyster.
Don't make oyster ice cream.
Oyster ice cream.
No.
And I won't stop you.
You should.
I can't stop you. No one can. I'm gonna give you 3 weird ice creams that I personally love to eat. It's gonna open your mind to the possibilities that an ice cream maker can give you. We're gonna make a non-dairy pina colada ice cream, a peanut butter and lychee. This is lychee? Lychee.
Lychee?
Interesting.
Lychee.
Lychee.
Lychee. That's the British pronunciation. Let's hear it in American.
Lychee.
Lychee.
Similar. And then third, we're gonna make an Old Bay ice cream. What would you expect?
Old
of course
Bay.
I'm gonna make an Old Bay ice cream. Of course I'm gonna make an Old Bay ice cream.
What?
Of course I'm gonna make an Old Bay ice cream! If
I'm
you
intrigued by
are
that.
a bit afraid of the ice creams that we're gonna make today, and you shouldn't be, they're not too wild. You can always go one step below the weirdness and then just make toasted black sesame ice cream or graham cracker ice cream. If you make these 2 ice creams for your friends are gonna go, thank you so much for introducing me to this ice cream and for giving it to me.
Yeah.
I'll put you in my will. Whereas the ice creams we're gonna make today are gonna make your friends say, oh, do you have any chocolate? But if your friends aren't wimps, they're gonna go for it.
That's true, chat. You need a couple, that's a good thought. You need a couple wimp friends, but also you need the not wimp friends. You know, you need a nice meshing of the two. You know, you need friends that make you look like the wimp, but also friends that are the wimp to you. It's a nice hierarchy, you know, but it's not a hierarchy. It's a circle, a cycle of friendship, one might say.
Some ice cream.
One might.
Full disclosure, I'm basing a lot of these off of Ben & Jerry's Sweet Cream Base #1. The beauty of the Sweet Cream Base is that you can start with that and you can put whatever you want in it, and there's like a 90% chance that it's gonna turn out okay. Like, we have a bunch of leftover cherries. I could make the Sweet Cream Base, throw the cherries in, and they might taste good. It might taste bad, but that's the fun about it, is you can try. Let's make it.
That is the fun with
now
food.
Now that I'm saying it out loud.
That's the fun with cooking. You can just try it. Worst comes to worst, you wasted a little bit of food. I mean, you can eat it, or you can like eat half of it and toss it out. It's fine. It's a blast.
We're gonna go off book today. We're gonna try. Let's start with the simplest, most acceptable ice cream flavor that I'm gonna give to you today.
Yeah.
One that you're gonna say, that's not a weird ice cream flavor, and you're right about that. But the thing that makes pina colada ice cream weird is that it's non-dairy. A lot of people have bad experiences with non-dairy ice cream.
Yeah.
And here's my theory why. It's because they want it to just be normal ice cream. If you're gonna make non-dairy ice cream good, you have to accept that you're doing it with non-dairy flavors.
True.
And that's why pina colada is such an easy thing to make in non-dairy ice cream. So I'm using these.
Wait, yeah, because if he just uses coconut milk, as the base, that's like part of the pina colada mix. So it could very easily be non-dairy, but still have the icy and creaminess of ice cream. Good to know. Hi, Mars. Waves.
Organic coconut milk and coconut creams that are unsweetened, and you literally just use one of these. The only problem with that is that this is 13.5 fluid ounces and this is 5.4 fluid ounces. Doesn't make it super easy if you don't have these exact cans, but I do, so I'm gonna just use them. If you can't find these exact ones, that's okay. Just make sure you taste it. That's the whole point of this entire experiment, is you gotta taste. Too
That
sweet,
explains what tasting is.
Oh yeah, that's exactly right. That's what you do. Coconut cream in there. This one only needs a half
Recipe
a cup of
station.
sugar. You can do this.
My recipe station's my phone. It's legit. It's this guy. It's just my phone. I need a background, by the way. Oh, I still have the basic Apple background, but I just have that up next to me. I look at it. It's my timer too. It's so useful.
By hand.
I need
it's
a
not a big
laptop,
deal. It's just faster when you have a stand
really
mixer. You want to get it a little fluffy.
Oh, look at this, man. It's a nice
That's
mixer.
about it. The reason I like this as my non-dairy ice cream of choice is because, again, it already is supposed to taste like coconut. I'm a big fan of textures in my ice creams, so I put in
I'm telling you, the coconut bonus for the pina colada, like that gives us a lot of points. That gives it a lot of points for the non-dairy style. Just wondering a few dates. Did you miss anything? No. You're good. You're clean. We're making ice cream. And by we, I mean Brian's making ice cream.
1/4
Pina colada non-dairy, the
unsweetened
first one.
coconut flakes. It is so hard for me to be looking at a recipe.
Even more
while I do
coconut.
this.
Wait a second.
Normally, I just kind of put shit in. Just gonna mix that up real quick. You might be wondering, Brian, where's the pina colada coming in? And it's not right now. The thing about an ice cream maker is that it's like a very slow blender. And if you put chunks of things in at the beginning, either it gets stuck or it just pulverizes. And in this, I want to have the chunks of pineapple in there because it's a fun thing. Again, I like
That's
textures
classic.
in my ice cream. So
a lot of my text messages from my mom are, "Hey mom, can you send me this recipe from when I was a kid?" She's like, "Yeah, here it is." And it's just a little note card. Classic.
most ice cream makers have a thing like this. You just pour it in. This amount will take about 30 minutes. If your ice cream maker can just be plugged in anywhere, put it in a room you're not gonna be in because it's loud. And pop that baby.
Stay on target. Stay on target. Fire!
You pop that baby in.
I was good at it.
Okay.
He's going to put it underneath
now,
his...
We can leave and not have to listen to that for 30
That's
minutes.
funny.
Now let's make the creams. They all start with sweet eggs. Eggs? I gotta stop
I did not expect that.
flying by the seat of my pants when I make instructional videos.
No! It did fall!
No.
Oh, this is unpleasant for
Why did you
so many...
Why did you grab it with your hand? Why did he grab it with his hand? You're in a kitchen. Use paper towel. What are you? You hooligan.
reasons.
Where are you taking it? Why'd you jump? Like, oh!
Oh no!
Why?
All of us out.
Oh no! All right.
Why?
When you take out your eggs, immediately crack them into the bowl. Okay? I cannot stress this enough.
I usually put them on a paper towel or something, so I know they have little edges that flare up, so they don't roll. That's just me. That's just me. Oh, I paused it too much. She doesn't like that.
I know you might think, oh, we're gonna have raw eggs in our ice cream? That could be problematic. But don't worry, we're going to heat up those eggs by heating up the cream. The term for it is tempering. Right? I'm not gonna say you're not gonna. You'll salmonella.
Okay, question. When you guys see that, get it to 700 degrees Fahrenheit, wiggle. Do people actually check internal temperatures when they're cooking at home. Like at a restaurant, I don't want you to. But I'm cooking at home. I feel like I just assume it gets hot enough. You know what I'm saying? I just assume.
I'm not a doctor, so each of these bases are going to have 1 egg's worth. If I whip them all together, it's easier than whipping each one separately.
True.
We're gonna start adding in the sugar a little bit at a time as it starts to mix. I'm gonna do 3/4 of a cup today. Wait a second. Let's put in 1 more for good luck. 1/4 of a cup per egg is usually what I go for. A little bit more is fine,
170.
like what I did right
Listen,
there. All
I'm
right,
not
so
good
there's,
at math.
1.5 cups of stuff in here. We just need to put a half
That's
a
why
cup
I'm
of
streaming.
this mixture in with each of them. The math worked out fine. Let's start with peanut butter and lychee. This started because I had peanut
That
butter
sounds
and
tasty.
jelly ice cream once, and I was like, this is great, but I don't think the grape jelly is what I want in here.
With the
So I was
lychee
like,
jam.
what about lychee?
Yeah.
Which is a little bit more of a weird sort of fruit flavor. And I tried it, and it kicked ass. I gotta turn on that air conditioning. I'm becoming sweat city over here. It's just a cup of heavy cream, a half a
Seems
cup
like how
of whole
Dry is
milk,
gonna do this.
and now it's time for the
Okay, listen. For me, it's gonna be a lot more of he's messing around, but he's focused. He's focused. He at least knows what he needs. He's got on top of his head. You know, he checks the recipe every once in a while, but that's because he wants to make sure he gets it right. It's gonna take me a minute to get here. I won't have all the fun edits either. What are we actually making? Different types of ice cream. So he's got the base ice cream base going right now for the pina colada ice cream, and then he's also making right now a a peanut butter lychee ice cream, which sounds delectable. And then the last one was, what was the last one? Oh, Old Bay, like Old Bay seasoning, all-purpose seasoning, whatever. He's using that for an ice cream.
most important part, extremely cheap peanut butter. I told you we were gonna heat this stuff up. The heating up is
the cheap stuff when you're mixing it in things is usually kind of the tastiest, I'm gonna be honest. If you're having it raw, if you're having just the peanut butter, you want the high quality thing, but once you start mixing stuff, I can see the cheap stuff being that prominent flavor. You know what I'm saying?
good because it not only will help temper the eggs and like make sure that they won't give you salmonella, maybe, again, I'm not a doctor or a chef, but it's also good because it helps melt the flavors that we're putting into here. The thing that I wish I had if I were to become a cooking show man, which I'm not saying I won't be, because it's
never limit
obvious
yourself.
I've got a knack for it.
Never limit yourself.
Half cup measures everywhere, and I never have to wash them mid-recipe. Gotta wash another spatula. There'd be a million spatulas too. You just take this half cup of peanut butter and you just chuck it in there, baby.
I like that splash.
In fact, why did I bring out this other spatula? I am my own worst enemy. We're not trying to get it.
The bad part, he just touched on it and reminded me of it too. The bad part about cooking like this, oh my god, there's so many dishes to do. There's so many freaking dishes to do. Every spoon, every measuring cup. Sometimes you gotta, like you said, wash measuring cups mid thing because it got messy and you don't want the things to cross contaminate.
Super hot
Oh
and
my
burn
God.
because that can happen. When you start to see the bubbles starting to form on the sides, that's basically when you're gonna be done with this. Get this thing blending up again, and then you're gonna put a little bit of the heat in there. The worst thing you can possibly do is pour all of
this is the
hot
tempering
stuff into the
I see. So this is cooking the
eggs
egg
all at once,
while also
because
forming the
then
cream.
You're gonna end up with scrambled egg ice cream, and no one wants that. Maybe you could do that.
I think, okay, I've had this before with brownies. I've had this before happen with brownies. When you have your egg in there, sometimes, and you don't get it all mixed up like with everything else too good, so you get like, it tastes like there's like a little chunk of egg in there in the brownie. Now I know why.
Maybe scrambled egg ice cream. I already added one today. We're not gonna make scrambled egg ice cream. The peanut butter mixture right now looks like it's a little bit separated, but that's all gonna come out in the process. I promise. Once you've put in like half of it, you can just dump the rest in,
High
and it'll be
flies.
fine. And that's the peanut butter part of the peanut butter and lychee ice cream. So you can pop it into a container. The best
really
thing
wish
to
I could
do
try this.
is to chill this for a bit before you put it into the ice cream maker.
Another pro tip, get friend over when making food. Force them to wash the dishes when you're making food. That's fair. Then they get to eat it afterwards, and it's a big fun time, right? That's a big fun time. Who doesn't love eating food with friends? What's happening? We're reacting. We're watching some fun videos, Flaz. That's the new Saturday trend here
When you're
on the
finished
stream.
with the next ice creams, this one will probably be cooled down enough to pop into the ice cream maker, and so you can just keep it moving. Keep it going.
I wasn't just
Speaking of keeping it going,
peeking into his fridge
what am I gonna
and judging.
do next, baby?
I don't do that.
Gonna have to wash all these dishes right now. Let's go ahead and do the unplanned cherry vanilla based off of the fact that we have a bunch of nice cherries that are gonna go bad in a few days. I've already brought out the portion of the sweet eggs that we need, and I've already got the cup of cream and half cup of milk. I'm just gonna pop this right back into the pot. Let's use all of them. I think that
gotta pit
one's
'em?
for me. I'm gonna
Nope.
put these into the sweet cream mixture.
Apparently they are seedless.
While it's heating up.
Actually, no, they're not. He's tearing them apart.
But if it doesn't, I'll just cut it out of the video. Food Network can't get enough of me right now. I'm sorry, are you telling me that he's untrained and he also decides to do completely different things on the fly on the day of filming? Sign me up for that, host. Let's get some vanilla extract.
People like that. People like a little bit of a plan. They like to build the hype for the plan, and then the day of the plan, you just want to see what happens. You don't really care if it goes to plan, you know? You just want the entertainment. You want the excitement. You want the thrill. And throwing in a new recipe, thinking on the fly like that, that's the thrill.
A teaspoon.
That's that streamer, that's that YouTube video thrill you don't get on the
salt.
Food Network. You know what I'm saying?
Never want to skip it because it
know what I'm
brings
saying.
everything out. And I know I
Put it in the last one.
yes, Karen, I did skip it. When you're making these kinds of things that have chunks in them, you are bringing this very close to my face right now. Oh, this is okay. Oh, hello. If you want to have chunks that don't get blended, you got to add them in after the blending process.
No.
But for this one,
I'm not a chunk in my ice cream kind of guy. I don't like chunks in my ice cream. Strawberry ice cream with the chunks? Mm-mm. Strawberry ice cream? Mm-hmm. With the chunks? Mm-mm.
want
No
these
chunks.
chunks to be kind of
Unless it's like chunks of chocolate.
blended. So
But fruit
that's
chunks.
that's why I'm cooking them
No.
in it. Will this turn
No
out
fruit
good?
chunks.
80% of the time it turns out pretty interesting and fun. The thing I want to teach you today is, just like me, cook what your heart dreams. And
Okay.
sometimes your dreams end up sucking. All right, that's bubbling now.
True.
A little bit in.
Chocolate chunks are good.
Let it mix up. Let's have a little taste of this.
I'll put fruit on top
hot
of ice
cherry
cream,
mess I've made.
but I won't put fruit in ice cream.
Oh,
There's a difference,
that
okay?
might be good. We're gonna
There's
pop
a
this
difference.
into a thing, make it cooler.
Ooh.
It's basically
Ooh.
fully. Oh, it's so cold on my hands. It's basically fully frozen now. What I have
Also,
here
I just
is a quarter
I just realized he's in jorts. I love that.
of a fresh pineapple. It's fun to get different textures in your ice cream. So I'll cut these ones super small, and then I'll
Yeah.
cut the other part a little chunkier.
That's a good knife.
Oh yeah, comes right out. It's good. You could probably do less pineapple than I do, but I just love,
love that.
pineapple flavor. And so I found that a quarter of a full pineapple is what works well. You could also use canned
Oh,
ringed
interesting.
pineapple.
Rice
I
maker
found that
paddle.
works fine too. So once it feels mostly
A rice
incorporated,
paddle.
kind of looks like this. It's so good because it's non-dairy. It's light, it's refreshing, and also, if you're lactose intolerant, you're not gonna fart. If I'm gonna have a freaking ice cream social and invite all my friends over to my house, I don't want them farting up the place. But also, I wouldn't
Very true. Very true. Now you know, chat. Now you know.
even mind. That's true love and care, is when you can just rip a toot right next to your best friend. Perfect size for a quart container. Pop this baby into the freezer, let it set for a bit. Peanut butter feels cool enough now, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that baby into the ice cream maker. Now we need to make the jam, the lychee jam. Takes
Yeah.
less time than that will take. It's like about a half a cup of lychees, an eighth of a cup of sugar. We're just gonna blend that up real quick. No chunks, primo.
No chunks.
Doesn't that look just so appetizing? You want this to look like you've boiled a kazoo. The look is bad, the smell is great. All right, that's basically done now. This is gonna make everyone not want to eat this.
Does it look glor?
I think the peanut butter might be ready.
Just big glorps of white fluid, chunky white fluid.
Ice cream ready to go. Oh, it's so creamy. Pop this baby right in once it's cooled off a little bit. I don't want it to be fully mixed in, because if that was the case, I would have just put it in at the beginning. Oh, yeah. Sometimes I worry myself. Sometimes I think, do you need to do the effort of making a jam and put it in there?
Yes.
But yes! One more ice cream, complete.
That's the vibe. If you're headbanging like that after you make your food, that's gonna be some damn good food. Oh man.
Let's make.
I'm about that.
Cherry.
I'm about
Actually,
that.
you don't even need to see this.
I want to eat so bad
camera
right now.
because
Oh
it's just
my
gonna have to be
gosh.
made back there.
No
I'm
more
gonna go
food
make the
videos after
cherry,
this.
Then we're gonna make the final one.
No more food videos.
So let's
I'm
talk
too
about
hungry.
Old Bay ice cream. There's an ice cream place in Baltimore called the Charmery, and if you're in Baltimore, go check it out. It's great. If you're not in Baltimore, frickin' rent a car and go there. They had a Old Bay caramel, I believe. I feel like there could be something that fits the vibe of Old Bay a little bit better. So I spent a week or two trying to figure out what I could possibly pair with Old Bay. Out of nowhere, it hit me. Cornbread or Hush Puppies are usually around somewhere when you have like a big crab feast in Maryland. And it's like that nice little sweetness that goes along with the crabs.
Wait.
Hush Puppy ice cream with Old Bay? Of course! Of course, you fool! Why didn't you think about this beforehand? A simple, easy way to make this work.
That actually just turned my whole opinion on this recipe just 180. That actually sounds hella good.
Is to use pre-cooked yellow cornmeal. This one's a great one. We don't want it to get super lumpy, although again, I've mentioned I appreciate textures, but we're just gonna pop in the 2 tablespoons that we're gonna be using. Keep it on super low at the beginning. Mix up all of that cornmeal.
That
so
pan's
that way
putting
it
in
doesn't
work today.
stay like clumpy. And now we can start little by little adding in the rest of this. I was a bit astounded when I first had it, just how much it does taste like a cornbread, but cold. I know that might sound bad to some people.
That sounds good. I'd eat it.
But if you've made it this far into the video, you're probably willing to give it a shot.
Yeah.
We got one final thing, obviously, and that's the Old Bay.
The Old
If
Bay.
you want to be safe, you could just do like a pinch or 2, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna say a half a teaspoon. It's not just putting in Old Bay for looks. And then we put it in the fridge. Oh no, I missed
Oh
it.
no.
Cherry ice cream is here.
missed.
Cherries are well dispersed through it. I'll wait till all of the ice creams are done and then I'll do a full taste test of all of them. Into the freezer, there you go. That means there's only one thing left to do. The Old Bay Hush Puppy ice cream. Hey, I got your ice cream. This one is pretty well set. So we're just gonna go ahead, break them all out, and have a little taste test. We finished 4 ice creams in roughly 4 hours. I'd say
That's pretty good.
pretty dang good. Starting with the non-dairy,
That's about 1 ice cream per hour, chap. That's way better than what I've made in the past hour worth of ice cream.
pina colada,
Yeah.
pineapple.
The fact that he's already taste tested all of these in the video and reacted with the utmost joy with every time he tastes it. Every time he tastes it, he's like, oh, so good. Oh. Does a little dance, does a little jig. And now he's giving the review. I love it.
Chunks freeze so good. Karen, I won't ask you to eat this because you're allergic to pineapple.
Just a little bit.
She's just a little bit allergic, not a lot. Let's rate all of them. First ice cream, pina colada, A+. Second ice cream.
They're all going to be
Peanut
A+.
butter lychee.
They're all going to be A+.
This one is so rich. This is an ice cream you have after defeating your arch nemesis in chess.
In
Karen, come
chess.
have a bite of this. What's your opinion?
It was good. It's so rich.
So rich. The thing about it,
Thick.
This one might get an
thick
A.
and it's creamy, and
Maybe
the
an A
lychee,
minus.
it deepens the flavor. I gotta stop eating that, or else I won't eat for the next 4 days. That one, rating it, A+. Let's try our fancy new ice cream that we did just randomly, the cherry vanilla. Just have a
I'm
bite
playing
of this.
chess right now. I'm dry.
Cherry chunks could be a little smaller. Actual ice cream, incredible. Karen, have a taste. You see what I'm saying about the chunks?
A.
I don't mind it, actually.
Okay, Karen doesn't mind the chunks.
We should add more cherry juice or something.
I agree.
Ooh.
I agree. Could use a little more cherry flavor. Could maybe use some chocolate chips.
This one might be an
I
A
call
or
that
a B
one
plus.
First attempt. A B,
Ooh.
but with room for improvement that could make it an A+. I'm
On its
finally
way.
Old Bay
A
Hush
B
Puppy.
on its way up.
It's so good. The first time I did this, I just did a little tiny pinch of Old Bay. You couldn't taste it at all. There's just enough Old Bay in there that you get a little bit of that in the back of your throat. Granted, I am from Maryland, so I'm gonna be willing to try anything with Old Bay in it. Oh, it's so good though. Oh, it's so good. Just want to have a crab feast and then be able to give people my Old Bay ice cream. Karen, have a bite of this.
It's tasty. It's funny because it's a cold thing, it almost tastes like it's minty.
Huh.
Herby in a way.
It's a little spiciness of the Old Bay.
It's good though.
Oh, I
Karen says
can
it's
see
really
that.
good. Karen would say it was bad if it was bad. Karen does not mince words about food. Karen says,
The count was him tucking in his shirt, not him saying he was passionate. I got it.
good there. A+.
I just
for
got
sure.
that.
A+ for that one.
That's pretty
Folks,
good.
I hope you enjoyed these 4 ice cream ideas. I hope what this really tells you is
Whoa.
to not be chained down, to live unfettered by the societal norms of ice cream. Just go wild with it. If you've got an ice cream maker, it is your duty to make something that is bad and then keep working at it until it becomes good. Because you are at the cutting edge
That's not a patrons. Holy
of
frick.
ice cream invention.
frick.
And I need you to
Holy frick.
cut right through it.
Holy
Speaking
frick.
of which, let's mix them all together.
Holy
Got a
frick.
little bit of this, and a little bit of this,
Holy frick.
and a little bit of this. Thanks for watching
Did
today.
you just mix them all?
This one's for you. Enjoy your ice cream.
Is that good? He's debating it. I don't know if he likes it. No? You gonna vomit?
That's bad.